60 Unseen American Photos of World War II, the Most Savage and Devastating War in History Part 1.
Subscribe for daily content. Support this channel so it can grow.
Only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you feel like supporting me more, join my Patreon.
1. Captain Walter Waddy Young and his crew pose in front of their caricatures on their B-29 Superfortress, November 24, 1944. 2. Colorized version of a group of American Jewish soldiers observing Purim in the vacation home of Joseph Goebbels in Reit, Germany on March 8, 1945. 3. American Marines guarding a shoreline during Battle of Tarawa, November 1943. 4. Eugene Sledge with his childhood friend Sidney Phillips wearing his Marine dress blues, circa 1942. 5. Naval Aviation cadets from the Naval Air Station at the pistol range with Colt M1911A 1.45 pistols. Corpus Christi, Texas, United States, 1941. 6. B-24 Liberators at low altitude while approaching the oil refineries at Ploiesti as part of Operation Tidal Wave on August 1, 1943. My great-uncle was a navigator aboard a B-24 and took part in these raids. 7. Into the Jaws of Death. This famous photo was taken by Robert F. Sargent, a chief photographer's mate in the United States Coast Guard, and shows soldiers of the U.S. Army's 1st Infantry Division disembarking from a Higgins boat on D-Day. 8. November 23, 1944. Near Geilenkirchen, Germany. PFC William G. Curtis and PFC Donald R. Stratton of the 102nd Infantry Division enjoying their Thanksgiving dinner. Both survived the war. 9. While his father chats with a customer at the hardware store, a uniformed Jimmy Stewart sets up a date to go fishing. Taken after he returned from war, 1945. 10. U.S. Marines with a pin-up girl picture in a landing craft, off Tarawa, November 1943. 11. Major General James M. Gavin, the Jumping General Commander of the 82nd Airborne Division, in Belgium during the Battle of the Bulge, December 1944. 12. B-29 Superfortress prepares to bomb targets in Japan from a base in China, 1944. 13. The Men of Combat Team, C, 2nd Battalion, 7th Marines returning to base with captured Japanese flags after 23 days on the line. This was during the Battle of Cape Gloucester, on the island of New Britain. January 14 or 15, 1944. 14. Leathernecks taking care of a wounded war dog somewhere in the Pacific. 15. Inmates waving a homemade American flag greet U.S. 7th Army troops upon their arrival at the Alec concentration camp. April 30, 1945. 16. Dutch girls escorting American soldiers to a dance. C.1944-45. 17. Captured German weapons are examined by U.S. forces at a collection point, 1945. 18. Colorized photo of two captured high-ranking German officers being transported by soldiers of the U.S. 4th Armored Division in a Ford GPW Jeep. Next to M5 Stuart, March 31, 1945. 19. A U.S. tank crew of the 703rd Tank Destroyer Battalion posing for the camera from a foxhole beneath their M10 tank destroyer. North of Marigny, Normandy on July 26, 1944. 20. Members of the U.S. 4th Infantry Division and some of the 327th Glider Infantry Regiment, 101st Airborne, crowd aboard an LCT on the way to Terre Green Sector, Utah Beach, Normandy. June 7, 1944. 21. A soldier, in the bow of a rubber landing craft, provides covering fire with a Browning automatic rifle, BAR, to the 10-man crew of the 3rd Raider Battalion U.S. Marines, on defenseless beach of Pavuvu in the island's Russell during Operation Clean Slate. February 1943. 22. Douglas A-20J10DO. 4310129, of the 416th Bomb Group destroyed by flak over Beauvoir, France on May 12, 1944. 23. U.S. Marines in a celebratory pose with the flag atop Mount Suribachi on Iwo Jima. February 1945. 24. Bantam Jeep, towing a 37mm gun M3-piece, jumping over a small hill, New River, North Carolina, United States, 1941. 25. Private Harvey Clark holds a German Panzerschreck, left, and U.S. bazooka in side-to-side comparison for the benefit of the camera, 1945. 26. Private Benny Barrow of the 8th Infantry Regiment as treated by medics during the Battle of Hurtgen Forest, 1944. 27. M4 Sherman tank machine gunner U.S. Army Corporal Carlton Chapman in his tank near Nancy, France, 5 November 1944. 28. An American soldier offers his hand to a woman leaving a cave where she hid with her son during the battle between Japanese and American forces in Saipan, 1944. 29. Troops of the U.S. 5th Engineer Special Brigade wade through the surf to the northern coast of France, at Fox Green sector of Omaha Beach, Normandy. 8 June 1944. 30. Private Sandile Jones, of Urban, Kentucky escaped injury when he was buried under more than 2 feet of earth after a German bomb exploded near the embankment sheltering him on December 19, 1943 in Sicily. 31. Curtis P-40E Warhawk machine gun test at night. 32. Australian troops disembark from USS LST-560 at Labuan Island in Brunei Bay, June 10, 1945. 33. 5th Division Marine invaders of Iwo Jima work their way up the slope from Red Beach 1. 1945. 34. U.S. Marines with haircuts that spelled out, Victory USMC, aboard a ship bound for the Marshall Islands invasion, 1944. 35. PFC Hiroshi Suyaoka, of Honolulu, a Japanese-American soldier, wounded during an attack, receives cigarettes from Madeleine Carroll, the actress. Miss Carroll is a Red Cross worker aboard a hospital train. 7th Army, Dampierre area, France. 1 November 1944. 66th Hospital Train. (36) My 1943 Springfield M1 Garand, with M1 bayonet. (37) U.S. Marine Corps M4 Sherman setting fire to Japanese military aircraft in Sasebo, Japan, during the Allied occupation of Japan 1945. (38) SGT. Leslie Caraway from Nixon, Texas, stops along a trail for a rest and a cigarette, north of Procchia, Italy. 7th of December 1944. Colorized. (39) 3 American soldiers aiming their rifles during the brutal World War II campaign in the Hurtgen Forest, Germany over the winter of 1944–45. (40) 2 color guards and color bearers of the Japanese-American 100th Battalion, 442d Combat Team, stand at attention, while their citations are read. They are standing on ground in the Bruyères area, France, where many of their comrades fell. November 12, 1944. (41) SSGT. F.T. Lushich, gunner on AB-17 in the 8th Air Army, prepares for a mission. 4 May 1943. (42) An intelligence officer briefs pilots for Operation Strangle. Spring 1944. (43) PFC. Res P. Hester of the Marine Corps 7th War Dog Platoon on Iwo Jima takes a nap while Butch stands guard. February 1945. (44) U.S. Marine Colonel Francis Fenton conducting the funeral of his son Private First Class Mike Fenton, near Shuri, Okinawa, May 1945. (45) Normandy, France. July 1944. A soldier of the U.S. 23rd Infantry Regiment, 2nd Infantry Division at Saint-Georges-d'El. (46) Marines from the 24th Marine Regiment during the Battle of Iwo Jima, supported by an M4 Sherman. February or March, 1945. (47) T. Sergeant Johnny Yannick, A Company, 9th Infantry Regiment, 2nd Infantry Division, seen here carrying his Thompson SMG in the hedgerows of Brest in Brittany, France, on August 26, 1944. (48) This photo was on the cover of Yank magazine, Continental edition of January 14, 1945. Entitled, Present Arms, it featured PFC. Robert Lee and his collection of enemy weapons taken by the 83rd Infantry Division during the Battle of the Hurtgen Forest. MP.38 and MP.40s, and MG.34 and an MG.42. (49) Ralph Bolton, a POW interrogator attached to the 1st Infantry Division, talks to a German battalion commander who surrendered his combat post in Kreuzau, Germany, when ammunition ran out. February 26, 1945. (50) GI of the 5th Army examines a captured MG-34 somewhere in Italy, December 20, 1943. 51. M4 Shermans of the 40th Tank Battalion in a snow-covered field, near Saint-Vith, Belgium, 24 January 1945. 52. American soldiers let a British police officer grasp their Thompson submachine gun, 1942. Photos were taken by David Sherman. 53. An American soldier taking a meal break during the drive towards Rome, 1944. 54. American and Soviet airmen write messages on their bombs at an airfield in Poltava, circa summer 1944. 55. Winston Churchill inspecting American airborne troops in England in March 1944. Note M1 carbine with folding stock on the hips of the two closest to the camera. 56. U.S. Marines examine a Japanese suicide MXY-7 Oka Cherry Blossom. On Okinawa in 1945, the Allies called these kamikaze rockets Baka, which is Japanese for fool. 57. A U.S. Marine Corps dog handler and his K9 partner, staying close to one another, somewhere on Guam. 58. An American Marine addresses two Teketsu Kinotai child soldiers on Okinawa. An estimated total of 1,787 middle school boys, predominantly between 14 and 17 years of age, and some even younger, were conscripted for the Battle of Okinawa. 1945. 59. AT-26E3 Pershing of a company, 14th Tank Battalion, is transported aboard a pontoon ferry built by the 1st Engineer Heavy Pontoon Battalion across the Rhine on 12 March 1945. Redesignated M26 in June 1945, the Pershing was introduced late in the war but would be used in Korea extensively. 60. Close to the end, a column of American M4A3 Shermans, 10th U.S. Armored Division, passed through the picturesque Garmisch-Partenkirchen in Germany, April 1945.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. Support the channel so I can bring you more content. Thank you again.